Welcome to Rated Radio, the show where artists and albums are pitted against each other while their songs get rated on a scale of 0 to 10. I'm your host, Shane Wyndham, and this is the AFI Deep Dive. Hope you're ready for a fight. So 2 of these albums I actually chose by hand, and the third rolled at random from what was left of their discography. We will start with the 2 that I handpicked, beginning with Black Sails in the Sunset from 1999. This was my top album. Of the 13 tracks, I thought 9 were great, but none of them got a flawless rating. My bottom track was Narrative of Soul Against Soul, and my top track was a toss-up between Malleus Maleficarum and The Prayer Position. The music makes me feel like the entire planet's become a brutal mess of fire and ice. Next up is Decemberunderground from 2006. This was my bottom album. Of the 12 tracks, I still thought 9 were great, but none of them got a flawless rating. My bottom track was Affliction, and my top track was The Interview. The music makes me feel like my lover's hell-bent on highlighting their many quirks. And then our random album this time around was Crash Love from 2009. This was my middle album. Of the 12 tracks, I thought 11 were great, but none of those got a flawless rating. My bottom track was Too Shy to Scream, and my top track was Darling, I Want to Destroy You. The music makes me feel like I'm hearing my best friend use their customer service voice in hopes of my mother liking them. Picking a winner from this trio of spins was a lot like choosing which hair splits the finest. Most interesting to me being the way they all somewhat line up as equivalent when weighing either pros or cons, yet also being anything but a rehash of one another. Decemberunderground's a nice example of what I mean. It's more middling in terms of its heavy hitters, but has the lone song which swung hardest of them all. Folks who love The Cure will feel most at home there, though I would warn you that a minority of the more punk vocals are too screechy for the majority's pleasure, and that the guitar takes something of a backseat to those occasional keys, plus an atmospheric undercurrent to what the band alone usually produces. Crash Love is something I'd clearly never given a fair shake, as it's nearly listenable in its entirety and has mostly great hooks, even a few great bridges, but leans more toward digestible pop rock, while also dumbing down the bombast of the vocal choral work the group deserves to be known for. And Black Sails is a crunchy emo punk spin where more tracks are intentionally brief bangers than on the other discs, but which wants for deeper emotion, solos, etc. Honestly, I think you'd be thick in the head to skip over any of these LPs, but I also won't deny that common flaws abound amid the tight and infectious noise they all contain. If nothing else, these serve as a reminder that great bands can experiment without losing the enjoyably artistic thread altogether, and that there's rarely any going wrong when pressing play on an AFI outing. Please like or comment if you're still listening, and remember, you can send all kinds of feedback to rated_radio@yahoo.com. You can even see the majority of songs I rate by clicking join for free at patreon.com/ratedradio. Anyway, that's going to do it for now. Until next time, fill your world with music.